over here crying.
Corona can stop you from where you headed. We love you.
Alright, man, so we're getting ready for this, man, graduate and stuff. He ended up holding so he's picking a surprise. We're wrapping up right now. Like everything, then I gotta go ahead and pick him up.
Hey, does this look like Drake? Look like...
Yeah, everything going on. Got Mark down here. Hold on. This boy crying, said we ain't getting no cake. He gonna be super surprised when he walk in there. I think he gonna say, I think he gonna cry.
I be rolling, smoking, kush.
Hey, man, you got here too soon, man. You gonna let us get together. Boy, come here, boy. You get the Zoom.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised?
Hey, Dre, did you jump?
Your phone locked up.
Ran a little bit, ain't it? They kind of
Yeah, so come back in and let's redo this. We gotta get this in for the vlog. I got the surprise.
Alright, kids. Man, they got me. Everybody stand.
I'm over here crying.
Everybody stand. You got the procession. Let's be standing for a word of prayer. And so, Father, I would thank you, we bless, we give you thanks, we give you praise, we give you glory, we give you honor, God. We think about this vocation, we think about those that are present, we think about the graduate, Father God. We think about giving him the strength, knowledge, and understanding to push hard, to push forward in his endeavors. We just think we give you praise, we give you glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
We have welcome remarks by Brandon.
welcome everybody, welcome everybody. Hope you clean your hands. You got to clean your hands, bro. I just want to welcome everybody to my little brother event. And I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next we have words of encouragement by Mistress Mann.
You're so formal today, Mrs. Mann. My words of encouragement to Dre is a lot of things come easy to a lot of people. A lot of things are just handed to people. But I respect and give all the accolades to the person that perseveres, moves forward, always raising the bar higher, going through obstacles. And I mean, you did something that's hard to achieve, but you did it with grace and honor. And you did it while still working and maintaining a standard. And you were also a mentor to other people and showing people what you could do with hard work and never saying it's too tough. There were times where you may not have felt like doing it, but you did do it. And that's what got you to this place today. I know this is just one of the platforms you're going to stand on because you have higher goals and you want to be an inspiration to other young black men coming up. Because people need to see, especially behind us, that we are more than just what they see on the external. We are intelligent. We are talented.
another song. We'll play just the first verse and the chorus.
They gotta get their money's worth.
I would encourage you to listen to the words of the song. I think the words have a lot of meaning to
Every
it.
step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what.
Yes, sir. You gonna be quiet now, you know. It's that man graduation day now. You thought it was sweet. Now you quiet.
Just gotta keep going. Be strong. Just keep pushing on. To love ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side.
But Frank say you moving mountains, baby. About making mountains move, baby.
I chose that song because I think it has a lot of challenges through it, because it tells you about not just about the mountains that are planned, but it tells you that you have failures. But even when you have failures, you get up, and keep pressing on, because in life, as you conquer, one hill, you always you always go down the valley and you have another hill. That means that you have to climb. So even as Dre has succeeded in getting his bachelor's, he still had a way to go. He still have mountains that he got to climb, and that's what that song was all about. All right, we're going to reflection, and the first person we have, should have been Miss Alex. She couldn't be here, because of health reasons. So, but she just said, her words. So Dora's going to read it first.
You are finished with the test, the papers, and the discussion questions. You set out to accomplish something and you did it. One day you made a decision and you took the road that led today. Regardless of what life threw at you, you remained dedicated to the decision you made. Ever since I met you that day in Home Depot, one of the things that stood out about you is your loyalty to those around you, and your commitment to whatever purpose or task that is before you. It feels like I have known you for a long time, but it has only been about 2 years. Commit to the Lord. Whatever you do and your plans will succeed. Proverbs 16:3. Miss Alex.
And next reflection. It will be Miss
Get
Lance.
ready, you ain't gotta get ready, baby. Alright. Here's some information that you guys probably already know about. Dre was born July 9th, 1992, putting it all out there. Graduated from Carver High School in 2010, joined the Navy in March of 2011, even though Army is better, and served until March 2016. He was honorably discharged. He got out of the Navy to fulfill his childhood dream of becoming an entrepreneur. He enrolled in the American Military University during his military career, taking classes whenever he was allowed to. He became a full-time student in the mid-2016 after getting out of the Navy. Dre.
All right, next we have reflection by Mark. And Mark is one of our friends. He and Dre, were in basic camp together. They went to school together, and they were roommates even up to the time Dre got out.
Someone else that didn't join the Army.
Y'all didn't know, me and Dre was in the same boot camp division, same A school, learning our job, same city when we got stationed. So I done know him pretty much since 2011, and it's crazy because like when I met him in boot camp, like he had already climbed. There was only 2 top positions in the boot camp, and he was number 2. So he it was probably about 6 people who had that position till he got it, and then when he got it, he locked it down to the rest of boot camp. So like seeing that accomplishment, graduating boot camp, then going to school, you know, you graduate school, graduate pretty much top of your class in the E school for electricians, and then come to the fleet and rank up, you know, E1. He got E3 by the time he got out of boot camp, out of school, and then went up to E5 in those, you know, like 4-5 years. So it's like just crazy to see he already been had that like work ethic, and like willing to work and grind hard, and then watch it translate into the civilian side, like to now, you know, entrepreneurial pushing. We used to have a conversation, man, like throughout VA, just talking about getting out and being able to build a business and being able to work on your own and do it like how you want to live your life, how you want to live it. And now, you know, you enjoy your family, you got your family supporting you, you know, your mentor, your nephews, and your little cousin, all that, man. And, you know, just do things to enjoy life now, and it's just beautiful to watch, man. Like, you know, and I'm sure this won't be the last of an accomplishment. This won't be the last graduation. Like, you know, it's only gonna get better. You're only gonna keep climbing, you know. Because at least from the boot camp time, I know your family done seen the whole growth. Like, I only seen it from boot camp to now, so like I know it's still a fast track. You know, it's much more coming in even 30 years. So I mean, I'm proud of you, bro. Congratulations. Like. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you, for real. You know what I mean? That's all I got. Sir.
Y'all call me Lolo, shout out to me. Okay. But I've known Dre for about 6-7 years now, you know, give or take. When I first met him, he was in the Navy, so he wasn't around as much. But he was definitely a party king. Like the first weekend, met him, it went down, we had a blast, you know. Y'all probably seen it. As I got to know him, I got to see what type of man he really was. For example, he's the type of friend that no matter what the situation will, he'd be there with no judgment whatsoever. He's very kind. He's very caring. I say he is one of my best friends. As I sit back and watch the changes that Dre has made over these past years, he has grown into such a wiser and smarter, definitely a hard-working man. He's still a party king though, but definitely on the weekends. Pretty sure if you ask all of Dre's friends, they will say the same thing about him. He is one of the best people to get advice from. Dre always tries to have the positive attitude when you ask him about anything. When Dre walks into a room, you definitely know Dre is there. He has the most awesome personality. I am truly blessed to be a part of his life and to call him my friend. I'm also honored to see him graduate and see every other accomplishment that he is going to succeed in his life. And I can't see where you're going from here, so love you.
All right, next we'll do confirm of his bachelor's degree.
Yes, sir.
Real excellent. That's right.
Next we have on Reflection by Atavius White.
That's him. Hey, let's go. Hey.
Tay G.
Put a whole speech together for this one, y'all. Coronavirus.
Light the mood. There it is.
She just got read.
Okay. It says, I feel like I'm finna preach up here, but when God has something planned for you, not even a global pandemic can mess that up. We are here today to celebrate an innovator whose vision not only changed his life, but was powerful enough to change lives around him. To know Dre from my perspective is an amazing view. Imagine having someone who is you show you personally that the sky's the limit. That with the grit, determination, a couple shots, and a lot of turn up, life is literally what you make it. I remember coming up, all of us had our share of rough moments. When everyone around us seen what was in front of us, Dre was always aiming for the stars. He always knew we were different from the rest, and he would be the one to help elevate us to that level. We always thought outside the box, bouncing ideas off each other, figuring out how to survive our struggle. Dre's mind was always different. From something as little as school clothes for a 13-year-old kid, where Dre knew we couldn't afford to keep up with the Joneses, he went directly to Ralph Lauren's, LRG, Gucci, and any other name brand you could think of suppliers. And we bought all our clothes wholesale, saving our mom tons of money and keeping us in the latest fashion the whole time we were in high school. Then turning around and using that same blueprint to start a t-shirt business in the future that will help fund the dreams of being a rapper for me. Even though I look back at it and he was just throwing money into a sinkhole. To something as big as manufacturing a dropshipping website that would eventually be one of the bases to our current business venture a year before we even knew we needed it. This is a glimpse of the way he thinks, which is truly amazing and inspiring. Having the vision to even leave your surroundings to join the military and better yourself with the sole purpose of coming back to help everyone else speaks for itself. They gave me 5 minutes to talk up here, but I figured I could take a little longer since this nigga waited 9 minutes to even let me be here. So, the whole time the world was thinking I was the only one before he was born, but I just look at it, but that he hid in my shadow so long because he knew that his glow would be blinded. One more story and I'll wrap it up so my boy can get his degree. Dre always came to my rescue. He was the true definition of a little big brother. But there was one time in particular that he did it. It was 5 years ago and my last time going to jail after going 5 times before the final time. Almost every time before that I would get right out within hours. Those last couple times I spent a day, then a weekend, but every time Dre and Frank would be there to save the day when asked. It's impossible to learn your lesson when you was getting off as fast as I would. So I kept doing wrong, but the charges were getting worse with each visit. When asked this last time to come to my rescue, Dre said no, and that I had to find my own way. He told Frank not to give me any money or put any money on my books while I was there. I was disappointed and broken, not realizing I was going through one of the biggest metamorphoses of my life. I spent 3 months in jail, missed my baby's first birthday, depleted my funds, and learned a valuable lesson about time. After growing and looking back at that moment and the decision he had to make in that moment, it takes true vision. He didn't come to my rescue because he was saving my life. This graduation is added to a long, never-ending list of triumphs, accomplishments, and moments where a king is beating all the odds and winning in a world that wasn't set up for a man with his complexion, background, and resources to win in. So congratulations to a black king on another triumph in life. Not even Corona can stop you from where you headed. We love you and you deserve everything the universe is manifested for you.
Yes, sir.
He's not coming back from that. You should have been the last. Yeah, you should have been the last. He's not coming back from that. Yeah, that was powerful, bro. That was powerful.
That's Wonder Twin power right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember eye, you remember eye, brother.
Me too. I'm over here just about.
But y'all
Yeah, we said that though. We said that.
All right, next person we'll have is going to be Chris, and he'll be speaking on behalf of the nephew because he's the oldest nephew. So.
Come on, Chris.
Chris nervous.
I would like to congratulate my Uncle Dre for graduating college and being a better example towards me and all my little cousins and little brother and inspiring us to grow bigger in our future and to push past his goals. As he said on his thing, if the sky was the limit, then why wouldn't we push past the sky? I would thank him for using that quote because it actually inspired me to do something bigger for myself. As to start my own clothing line called Whacked Out and going to Marines in my future.
Air Force.
I'm not even reading on this paper. I would like to thank him for actually inspiring me to do something because as he did in the Navy, I would like to go past the Navy and push myself even further and push my limits into going into the Marines. And thank him for bringing creativity into my life and bringing us into students and giving us more creativity in our life. Inspiring me to do great things and always live the life we want to live, the greatest way and the best way. In his life, he showed me you can put your mind to it and work for it, you can do what you want in your life. even though he parties almost every weekend. Like, I understand I'm young too, but I like to nap on the weekend. Thank you all for being the greatest thing in my life, and love you.
Next, we're going to go on Victor, and he's going to characterize Dre in his own words.
Shall begin.
I know, right? Be too smooth right there.
Hold up, GQ.
GQ. Hold on. Wait. Pause.
When Frank asked me to do this, you know, I was shocked.
You said something else?
He hit me right here in my heart. But I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, all you can do is be genuine and understand what we have at this moment and at this time. All right, we are gathered here to uplift, uphold, and make an uproar for an extraordinary gentleman, an outstanding family member, as well as a superb friend. It's a million things I could say, a long list that I can name. And if it were said, they will all be true. But to me, it still wouldn't justify the character, the ambition, and the courage to define the substance or the being of our Dravia's wife. So I will try to make this short and straightforward. Even though his character is very complex, rare, and to truly understand the path and what defines him as an extraordinary person, you've had to have been through something. You can't understand Dre unless you've been through some type of struggle. And what I mean to understand Dre is to understand the anxiety, the patience, the hard work and endurance that he goes through to make everybody's energy align with his. I don't know if a lot of people understand how hard it is to accept everyone, to actually build them and actually make the courage come from them. That is almost impossible. So when Tay and Dre came to see me way in Jacksonville, Florida, the murder capital of Jacksonville, they came and got me from the rut. And they saw in me what I really didn't see in myself. So to understand that is to understand that I've been through a lot. But I can still understand that it is not as much as what Dre has been through. I can see and I can feel exactly how he's affected everyone and how he's going to affect everyone in the future. To understand what he's capable of and to understand the courage that he has is amazing. So I wanted to say, when I get around him, I feel like he's a superhero. And I had to break it down because the definition of super is above, over, and beyond. Extra large of this kind. Having greater influence and capacity than any other of its kind. So that is really, I love the word, but it's still not hitting me. So I went and looked up hero by itself. Okay, a hero is a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. So when I say superhero, it goes hand in hand. When you break down super and you break down hero, he is both. And another word that I want to throw in there is guardian. right? When we speak of a guardian, it's a lot of people would think parent guardian or a guardian that just fights evil, but when I think of guardian, it's a self-appointed guardian of public morality. Before he makes his decision, he's already deciding how is everybody going to feel. How would this help everyone? How would this help you individually? So to bring out the best in you, to bring out the best in us, to make him do better. And in order to understand the energies that we're all using to make us better. And to understand that is just amazing in itself. So superhero and guardian, it's just only small pieces of the puzzle. It's still not characterizing you to the fullest extent. But I understand, because I've sat up nights and I thought. I've sat and thought, like, how could somebody just be so considerate? You know how easy it is to feel uncomfortable or feel that anxiety and just say, I don't want to talk, I don't want to be dealt with, I don't want to deal with this. He actually goes, fights that anxiety, goes beyond that. And he's going to put a smile on your face, whether you like it or not. And he's going to make and bring out the best in you, whether you know it or not. And that's what it all comes down to in life. See, once you get through the struggle of building yourself, self-character, self-preservation, keeping yourself in a healthy mind state, do you know how hard it is to actually go and fulfill everybody else? To make everybody else go that extra mile, go that extra leap. That is a leader. That is more than the guardian. And that is the energy of life that makes a leader or a king a king. It takes people all the way to their deathbed to understand awareness and to be more aware. You have those qualities. And it's a challenge in itself. But I'm going to save that story for another time. But I will say this, Drake. You're a stand-up guy. And like old school would say, you're truly a brother of soul. Soul brother.
You did a good job.
That was great, Victor. Well put together. Okay, as we're moving on, we'll do special thanks. We'll have one do special thanks, and then after that, we'll do remarks.
Just had to get me back up here then. Okay. I want to thank everyone for coming out to my baby's graduation. You know, we're supposed to be in Maryland for his graduation. We're supposed to leave Friday. But unfortunately, we couldn't because of the coronavirus. But, you know, just like my son said, we're not going to let the coronavirus stop us. We have a graduate to celebrate. And today we will celebrate the way that you want us to and the way that you need to. Let's just go in the house and have our own little kickback the way we do. And again, thank you for coming and thank you for being a part of this celebration. And again, thank you.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Oh, look at Fred.
That's real now, Frank. You did that.
I gave you prepare for this. Y'all ain't even no chance.
Now you gotta speak from the heart.
I just want to thank all y'all for coming, man. Like, it really shows me that I'm loved, you know? And everything y'all said, like, it's hard for me to see that in myself because, you know, once I accomplish something else, like, it's always on to the next thing, you know? So just realizing, like, the family that I have and the family that, you know, that I
will one day create, see how my life connects everybody. Like it's overwhelming sometimes.
Take a breather, sorry. You got time. You got this your time.
Shit, I've been balling this whole time.
So if you know me, like you know that I'm, mostly to myself, and that came from how self-aware that I am. So it really makes me put, like an unbelievable amount of pressure that, like, on myself that I really don't know how to do. So to have the family come to me and tell me, like, you're courageous, you're a leader, you're honorable, like, it means a lot. Like,
it's the truth.
In fact.
that's all I got to say.
We love you, man.
I know.
Like Mom said, I thank everybody for being here, being involved. I think everybody for following whatever standard we set. Except I see nobody wash their hands, nobody grab a glove, nobody grab a mask. Everybody else go right there.
We moving cars.
Boy, you did. Boy, you did that speech, Tay. Tay, boy, you did that speech, my man. Love you, boy, you did that. I almost cried, boy. What? You did that, boy. I had tears about to come to my eyes for real.
The devil ain't gotta say, I told her how to make the devil egg because learn making. So she said, you know what egg tomorrow, and you want to make some of it. I was like, what? I didn't get up to that either. That's just naive.
See, man, now you hear how I'm saying it.
There go the graduation man right here, man. He done did all that for him, man. It's him. He love you to death, man. It's all good. That boy still fresh to death. Yes, sir.
Yep, rain a pole down. Told her bounce that ass and got them goons out the woodwork. Robbing us, you wish it would work. Grown in hood dirt, so you know I put that hood first. Had a hood bird, fresh up out that pussy jewel words. Sitting on good earth, chillin' in the trap with good words. Sipping good, sir. Miss it with that Sprite, that hood, sir. Blowing good perk, fresh up out the ground, that good earth. Them youngins could murk, but I told them niggas jewel first. Her toes invert, told her bounce that ass and then twerk.
Pulled up on the kid. Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. Congratulations to my boy, man. He did it, man.
Appreciate it, cuz. Appreciate
it, cuz. Hard work, dedication, man.
Always pay off.
Set goals, man. You gotta set them goals.
And accomplish them, mother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.